Hey everybody, I'm Amber, and I'm going to be going over the toiletries I use in my self-care daily routine. I know it would be confusing. I split it up into medical groups, like the items that were given me by a doctor or a nurse, just by hand, and over-the-counter stuff that you can buy on your own, but they don't really give it out at the hospital. Like sometimes they give out things like razors and soaps, but I don't know if you've ever used like hotel salmon soup. It's that kind of soup is where hell goes to die, and hospital soap is like just below it, just a little bit. So it's interesting. So I'm going to start with the medical. I definitely have baskets of Bond baskets. I'm not going to really get into the heparin because I feel like that was pretty well explained in the previous video, but if you still have a little confusion, feel free to ask me a comment. And heparin just keeps the lines open so that I don't get a blood clot. Here's some standard gauze. Another really good tip is everything, once you get checked into a hospital room, everything is yours. Now, you can't take the stethoscope, you can't take the electronic equipment, but you can take their supplies, because especially if you're in a confined room and don't want to share germs, a lot of times it's habit. It gets kicked out. So the nurses always tell me, grab what you need. If you need alcohol swabs, toothbrushes, body washes. Yeah. Okay, so these have to go together. These I believe are absolutely worst. Best thing. Sorry, I haven't been filming a lot earlier. The past 3 days I've been totally bedridden, and this is like my first like fluke of energy. So I'm here, but like the elevator, like it's not going all the way up right now. You gotta bear with me. Okay, so it's a toothbrush, and I know what you're saying. Like, I know how to use a toothbrush, Amber. Not this one. And it's great because you don't have to have a sink. Okay. This is the actual toothbrush. And it'll go down in here. This little spit reservoir. When you push down to puncture it, the toothpaste comes out. So see how it broke down in there? It's really good if you can't make it to the shower. Like, in saltwater rinses are extremely cheap, but so good for your health. That's a brushing option. And then I like to spit in this cup. These are absolutely imperative. They're expensive as shit. So whenever the nurse offers me to take them, I do in a heartbeat. I take as many as I can. Essentially all it is saline rinse. Yeah. Do you see flecks of gold in there? You know why? Because they're not in there. This is ridiculously overpriced. It's more for the convenience and the check. Manufacturing. Okay. So then, Brush here. Take that out. Okay, I didn't brush my teeth as long and spit for as long as I usually do for recording purposes. But I also had something I wanted to go. Like I said, I'm trying to keep this. So I want to share my self-care routine. There are 3 categories, just to reiterate. We have the medical supplies. The other are over-the-counter supplies that can help with any, yes, I know, with any symptoms you may be having that you can't get as a prescription. Mind you, this is a really huge list. I think I'll try to tape it back. The reason it's mainly so long is when we get to the last quarter of products I like to use. Because when you don't have kids, you spend them on makeup, which is what I've done. So I'm not gonna go through my entire skin screen. If somebody is really interested in doing it, that's fine. Just you gotta block out an hour of time, or at least 30 minutes. This is Bo. This is my love of my life. Can you say hi? Yeah. Alright. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, and the third category is ones I just love. Maybe they're too expensive. Maybe they're gonna break my heart one day. Doesn't matter. I still have them. I still love them. So I know everyone isn't afforded the luxury of time and health. As an artist, I can definitely identify with that, because something about pain makes you more inspired, and it's just very tiring. It's like, oh, somewhere like it doesn't take that much energy just laying in bed and drawing. It's like, no, it's a plan. You have to think it out. You don't. I don't know. I have really bad brain fog. I'm on day 16, and past 3 days were just absolutely brutal. I was just puking all day long. But while I was in the hospital, I kept teasing the doctor, or he thought I was teasing. I was like, did you put the chemo in? Because I don't feel anything. He just laughs hysterically. I was like, I don't get it. I feel like it's a waste. And then as soon as I come home, it's like, boom. Right? Boom. Okay, so ouch. Ouch. Oh, God, your nails. Okay, you need a pedicure. Alright, so we're looking for the foam body wash. This stuff here is used for your delicate area, perineal cleansing. This is really good where you cannot get in a shower, and you know, this is an extra like barrier, because with the wipes I've shown you before, they leave you kind of sticky. This isn't too bad, but I personally do still use this at home. I will use Cetaphil facial cleanser beforehand, just to get all that, I guess, extra dirt. And then this is kind of like the piece de resistance, where it's no rinse cleaner. It's in there. It's kind of coating it. And since we're speaking about my butt, I never in the world thought I would have no words. There are medicines that make me so constipated. I have no words. But it's helpful. What do you think we should look at next, Bo? There's Glad Press and Seal. I didn't bring it up because it's in the shower. I wanted to do a demonstration as to how exactly it's applied. The thing is, it's almost impossible not to like free the nipple. And I don't know how to make it a medical perspective and not a sexual and on this. Yeah, here is another body wash. It has basically no scent. It's basically chlorhexidine. It's what they use to clean my Hickman when they change bandages, as well as like keeping skin from not going to holes. Like I use this on my arms and legs. It has no smell. It's drying me. I'm not happy with it, but I know it's killing what it needs to be killed, and that's what's most important, not aesthetics. Yeah, see, my doctor gave me a stethoscope. You want to see my stethoscope? Which I might give to my mom. We have like 3 different thermometers. Nothing fancy, but to listen your heartbeat. Wow, these are good ones. Keeping those. I thought I was going to give them to my niece or something, but now I'm like, fuck that. That's fun. I'm also on a lot of blood thinners. The tiniest scratch makes me bleed profusely, so I always have Band-Aids on hand. For the teeth, these twin lines, it took me a while. It took me a while to get in the flossing, but these really help and make it easier. I know before we go into this one that this is a little more expensive because I was just buying the cheap soap and just whatever was like antibacterial, you know, and I started to get eczema on my knuckles, so I went and got some Bath and Body Works or body wash hand soap, and it's gone away, which I'm super grateful for. These are just makeup remover towelettes. A lot of times you can find these in samples. I would suggest going through all your samples now, or maybe not use just all your best stuff, because I've decided, I had an aha moment in the shower. I don't know how much longer I have. I'm going to get really weird with it, because then I want to be true to who I'm self. And yeah, it's just gonna get weirder in a healthy way. Wow, they got me on a lot of drugs. Goodness. Maybe one day I'll go over my list of medications, and another one could be my diagnosis story, how I found out I got acute myeloid leukemia. Okay, so this is controversial. Whoever can wax their own bikini, you're like personally my hero. I can shave my legs, or I can wax my legs. I cannot, cannot wax dark places. But the only one, I make my mom, love you mom, wax my armpits, and I just use a razor, an electric razor all over, because I can't use close shades for that. It's a disaster. Oh, here's one. This should be in category 1. This is biotin dry mouth. It's really good, and it helps when you're nauseous and you keep feel like you're gonna gag. Yeah, sorry guys, that's what it felt like. Okay, so it gives you really, really, really dry skin. Always been a skin and lotion junkie. One of the things I really like is ammonium lactate lotion, 12%. It used to be a prescription, and now it's available over the counter. For any of you familiar with keratosis pilaris, this will help you. It'll get rid of all of those like red bumps on your arms and legs. There is one more expensive option, which is Glytone. Glytone just smokes this one out of the water, but this one's pretty legit on its own. The only thing that prevents me from doing the Glytone is it's like $70, whereas this is like $23. Okay, so it is kind of embarrassing. So I started taking Rogaine. I still don't feel like certain parts of my hair are as full as they used to be. This is a hat, by the way. It's a hat. I'm sure I'm not fooling anybody, but I just want that out there. Oh yeah, and like for the bikini area too, I have the Flawless Bikini Charmer. I haven't been able to wear makeup in so long, so I actually feel pretty normal. I'm still a little tired. I'm trying to think of anything else that I've used. I use a bajillion amount of Drunk Elephant skincare products. I recently got a large hole of that, but I think it's just go over this and the medical tape. A dry brush for your hair, especially you think, well, I don't have any hair, why am I doing this? The purpose of brushing is to increase circulation and to bring blood flow to the area. So one of the easiest, cheapest, gentlest ways is I do this like on a bald scalp. You can totally find ones that are harder or firmer, but I definitely think it helped me from developing any dandruff at all. Gosh, I feel like I wanted to show you more. Yeah, I want to maybe go over my meds. These are some ideas because I need feedback from you. Like, do you want to hear about the type of meds I'm taking and what doses? Are you more interested in just recaps of my visits with the doctor? Yeah, I don't. I've been really down. Like, very. very down. And of course, any suggestions are welcome. But basically, my life is hell right now. I've been scouring the internet, like, trying to find my story. Like, okay, if I were dealing with these issues, and it would happen, like, and I kept getting angrier and angrier, because it wasn't me. And that's when I started this channel, and also because I have to share my voice. I hope what little tearful bits of advice I can give you helps you in some way. I know it may not seem stupid, but just having new body hand soap changed my life. When I spent 2 months in the hospital and then came home and had a real shower, I cried. Like, it was the most beautiful shower I've ever had. So, yeah, most of them only post their story when they go through the other side, but I have found ones I really like. I guess I just wanted to add more insight. I've been puking very heavily the past few days, and I'm really sorry. I wanted to hang out with people, but it just wasn't happening. I missed my Monday appointment. I just couldn't. I know what you're thinking. They're there to help your health, and I'm like, I need self-care. I need a day of being home. Just one day to, like, pretend that I'm normal. Because my identity has changed from going from a state university to the State Cancer Institute. Like, the logos aren't even different. You know how heart-wrenching that is? But we'll finish it hopefully soon. I think it's 21 days they want to do of venetoclax. And then hopefully I'll get the chemo and the blood transplant. But yeah, the ideas I have for my next videos are skincare I do just for me, being a glamour puss. It's not for anything to treat cancer. And the things I've listed, do not trust me. I am not a doctor. Speak to your physician first before adding anything in. Even something as simple as vitamins can, like, really, vitamins or supplements. So just they want you healthy, and they don't always know how to make you healthy. So if you make suggestions, it may be something they've never heard of, and they can incorporate that into your routine and then improve their skill set. So it's like a win-win situation for everyone. My goodness. I'm gonna clean up all this mess. Yeah, I think the few days that I wear makeup, I have makeup melt. This is a cute, really. It comes off, so it's almost like it's supposed to smell like strawberries. It has, like, no scent whatsoever to me, but it has the consistency of, like, firmed up whoa. Look at that. Coconut butter, coconut oil. God, what is wrong with me? Oh, because you're literally pumping poison into your body. Silly me. As always, it's been real with you guys. Oh, and my neighbor across the street has a haunt he builds every year in his front lawn. He's been in a newspaper for it, and it's just amazing. I was feeling too sick, so I asked my dad to go across the street and take a film recording for me. And it was beautiful. You can tell he put a lot of work into it. I'm just bummed I couldn't get in there sooner. Yeah, I think those are all the things. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Again, it's the 22nd, so, oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? I have such bad brain fog. I don't know. I have something, and somebody's gonna call me, and I gotta check an online portal. But that's everything. I appreciate your kind words and your insights. I just want to put out an authentic story of what it's like to go through AML. I don't want to watch these bubblegum interviews where like, oh yeah, everything's okay now. Like, it just comes off as toxic positivity. I'm all for being a positive, but don't beat yourself up for having really low days. You just gotta do a little bit more, just slightly more than you did yesterday. You could have hit your car. You could have burned a souffle. But I mean, at the end of the day, you just, realize that it's gonna be okay. Right? It's gonna be okay. So,